Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Kyle here from SpeedBets, bringing you guys another UFC full card breakdown. Today we're taking on the UFC Atlanta card. Joaquin Buckley taking on Kamaru Usman, coming back to the 170 division after a long time away. And I'm excited for this card, man. I think we've got some good spots here, good opportunities to make some good picks. If you're into the betting stuff, got some good bets, all that fun stuff. Of course, nothing I'm saying is financial advice. If you don't have the money to gamble, do not gamble. I'm not telling you to do that. But if that's something that you already do, something you're interested in, top link in the description, second link as well. One will take you to the Discord, second link will take you to where what I'm doing with the money that I'm using to bet. If you want to follow that, I highly recommend you do. This year we've been absolutely crushing it. We've only had 3 losing weeks all year. Last week, full transparency, was my worst week of the year. And a lot of people are going to think that it was because of Patchy Mix, who broke our lock streak. We were on 30 for 30. And we are now 34-1 in the last 35. Patchy Mix came in with the worst game plan I have ever seen in the history of MMA. I don't know why he didn't try to wrestle. I knew his takedowns were a little rough, but I didn't think that he just wouldn't do it. I think he looked scared. He looked like the lights were too bright. Hopefully he'll be back for his next fight in the form that I expected him to be in, but I don't know, man. I don't know. He looked really rough out there. But we only had his decision no action bet. That got refunded. We're all good there. Just some bad reads. I think Spivak got the wrong end of a bad decision. I thought he won rounds 1 and 3 very clearly over Waldo, and that's not too controversial. I mean, if you look at the media scores, the fan score, like everybody had Spivak winning that fight. Then you have like the 5 guys that had Waldo as a dog. They're like, oh no, man, it was very clear. 30-27 makes sense. And I'm like, what? Whatever. We're coming back. Yesterday we had like MLB and hockey plays go out. We went 5 for 5, a sweep on those, up a bunch of units, up on the discounts, up on all that stuff. If you're into that kind of stuff, join down below. Absolutely free. You don't have to enter your card. You don't have to do any of that stuff. Totally free for the rest of summer. And then when we get to the end of summer, we'll have like an NHL season pass, NFL season, all that stuff. All that we're going to be absolutely crushing. And yeah, but let's get right into the card, man. Super excited for this one. First fight up here, we have a short notice fill-in. Jamie Lynn Horth taking on Vanessa Demopoulos. Vanessa Demopoulos coming up in weight on short notice, going against Jamie Lynn Horth. Now, I think this is one of the easiest fights on the card to predict. Jamie Lynn Horth is going to pretty much do whatever she wants to Vanessa Demopoulos. I mean, you look at 11-7 mixed martial artist in her career. It's ridiculous, especially given that 2 of her most recent wins are robberies. She should be 9-9 as a professional, in my opinion, riding a 5-fight loss streak. I think that Emily Ducote clearly beat her. I think that Kanaka Murado clearly beat her. And that makes 5 in a row. Vanessa Demopoulos, the story has always been she can't stuff takedowns. She relies on the jiu-jitsu. She's not good enough at like submission grappling in the mixed martial arts setting. And it doesn't work. She sits on bottom. She's stuck on bottom. The striking is just this little Muay Thai. She's going to throw a million strikes, but none of them are really going to land. They're not going to do any damage. Jamie Lynn Horth is a big girl for 125. Vanessa Demopoulos, in my opinion, should be fighting at like an Invicta at atomweight. Or wherever. I think Invicta has atomweight. But at 105 pounds, she's tiny even for 115. That's why she gets taken down so easily. I think Jamie Lynn Horth is going to be able to take her down with insane ease. Now, I don't rate Jamie Lynn Horth highly at all. I mean, the decision over Ivana Petrovic is a little questionable. I mean, the fact that you're even going to a split, whether you think she won the fight or not, that's another story. But I mean, man, Miranda Maverick, I don't rate Miranda Maverick. We're going to get to her later. And then Veronica Hardy. She could have won the Veronica Hardy fight if she just wrestled a little bit more. But I think she's learned. I think she's going to wrestle heavy in this fight. She wrestled heavy in the Ivana Petrovic fight. Maverick was just a better wrestler. And yeah, I mean, that fight was still close. I mean, Jamie Lynn Horth, she won a round. And then she couldn't stuff the takedowns when Miranda Maverick finally shot in the middle of the octagon instead of relying on the cage. Jamie Lynn Horth was able to stuff most of the cage takedown attempts, but went in the middle of the octagon in that third round to secure the fight. She just had nothing for it. And then, I mean, yeah, Vanessa Demopoulos is just not a quality fighter in my opinion. I think Jamie Lynn Horth's like minus 500. I think I might look at the minus 3.5, but this fight's pretty easy to predict. Give me Jamie Lynn Horth. Next up, we have Phil Rowe taking on Ange Loosa. Now, if you guys remember, Ange Loosa pretty recently took the kind of the easy way out against Brian Battle. He was getting his ass kicked. He got questionably eye poked. It wasn't eye poke. I'm not saying he like made up the eye poke. But when it happened, he pretended like he couldn't continue. He threw a big fit about it. They started fighting in the cage after. Angelos, his eye's magically good again. He's saying, I'm going to kill you and all this stuff. I think he's just a big baby. He was getting beat the hell up. And, I mean, it went to no contest, whatever. Then he lost to Gabriel Bonfim. He showed that he was capable of taking down Bonfim over and over without getting submitted. I honestly didn't think that he was going to wrestle in that fight. So I bet Bonfim by decision because I didn't think the fight would hit the ground. I got lucky because Bonfim just wasn't able to find the submission. We still cashed the decision, but a little scary there. A little scary. And then, I mean, Angelos, the win over Reese McKee, he beat his ass early, gassed out pretty hard, gave up the third round. AJ Fletcher, not that quality of a win in my opinion. Like Munir Laziz, really? Angelosa doesn't really have a good win in my... I mean, Reese McKee's a good fighter. I do rate Reese McKee. He kind of got the shit end of the stick in terms of the UFC, but he's back now with that win over Frunza, the talentless bum. I think Angelosa should be enough to beat Phil Rowe, but I mean, let's talk about Phil Rowe quick. This guy is huge. He has a monster reach. He's going to be way taller, but he doesn't fight like it. I feel like this guy's just always doing things that piss me off when I'm watching him fight. Jake Matthews and Neil Magny, those are two very, very winnable fights, especially given your qualities, your reach, your height, your everything. He's been active on the grappling scene, but he hasn't fought in the cage in just about a year, over a year now against Jake Matthews. And I don't like that inactivity because Phil Rowe, he's a slow starter. When you look at a guy's record, you see most of the time all of their their finishes. If they're a finisher, all their finishes are round 1, and then it kind of dies off. This guy has more finishes in round 2 and round 3. This guy is a slow starter. He builds into the fight. I think Angelos is going to win the first round 100%. I think Angelos is probably going to win the second round because Phil Rowe is kind of still figuring it out. He's got a couple knockouts in the second round, a couple chokes. From what I've seen, he has a pretty decent guillotine. He's going to threaten that if Losa tries to dive in. But, I mean, if you're surviving against Bonfim in terms of the guillotines on the takedown attempts, I think you're going to be fine against Phil Rowe. I don't rate Phil Rowe that highly in the grappling. I just worry really hard about that third round because Phil Rowe, we know he's going to be there. He's never won a decision, which is very indicative of him losing the first 2 rounds pretty much always. He's a 100% finish rate. Every fight that he's won has been a finish, and a lot of them are second and third round. He could finish Angelosa in the third round. From what I recall, Reese McKee came damn close to finishing him in that third round. Reese McKee was laying it on him. Yeah, I mean, Reese McKee threw 3 times the amount of strikes this guy did in the third round. He landed 3 times the amount of significant strikes that Angelosa did. He was just in survival mode. Can he survive against Phil Rowe? I think so. I think he can, but can Phil Rowe also find a way to finish the fight? Yeah. I think Phil Rowe is going to be live in rounds 2 and 3, mostly 3 though. And I think Angelosa should win the first 2. It's kind of a matter whether you think Angelosa can survive or not. And I do think Angelosa can survive. He's going to be my pick by decision. All right, now this one right here on the UFC website is actually not correct. It's Ricky Simone taking on Cameron Smotherman on short notice. And guys, I know I was super high on Cameron Smotherman in his last fight. I mean, I was there in person. I watched the takedown defense, or should I say lack thereof. Ricky Simone is a big-time lock. I mean, you're not going to put Ricky Simone out. You're not knocking dude out. I thought maybe he could break Sergey City late in the fight. We've seen Sergey City not really hold up all that well. I don't think you're going to break Ricky Simone. I mean, it took Song Yadong a long time to do that. I think Song Yadong is worlds better, worlds more powerful, explosive, compact. It takes a guy that can really stuff the takedowns of Ricky Simone and put him on the back foot, like a Vinicius Oliveira. Mario Bautista even did a good job of this. I don't think Cameron Smotherman's that. I think Cameron Smotherman's going to get mauled on the ground. I'm talking like a possible 10-8 third round. Like, this could be bad. Ricky Simone could really do this too. I don't know if he's going to get like a ground and pound finish. I don't really see Ricky Simone latching up a sub or something. But, yeah, damn, I mean, I think Ricky Simone's just going to walk through him. We don't even have the odds for this yet. The second they drop, I'm going to place a large bet on Ricky Simone. I mean, that's a given. But, yeah, just give me Ricky Simone here, probably by decision. We have Cody Durden and Jose Ochoa. And this one right here is very interesting. I think Jose Ochoa is a little bit too big of a favorite. This guy, we saw him go to war short notice against Loner Kavanaugh. We saw this guy pull out on the Contender Series and then just get a spot in the UFC like a couple of months later. I don't know. It didn't make a ton of sense to me why he got this. His fight wasn't like scrapped because his opponent pulled out. Like he pulled out of the fight, and then 3 months later he got called up to fight Loner Kavanaugh. And he showed that he's got one hell of a chin. Cody Durden, I'm telling you, is not putting this dude away. I mean, you're going to have to like latch up a serious strangle to get this guy out of there. You're not knocking him out. I don't think Jose Ochoa is going to get knocked out for a very long while. It's tough. I mean, we haven't seen Jose Ochoa really tested. He's a really green shoot-to-box prospect. He's wild. He gets hit a decent bit, but he actually has decent striking defense. In the Loner Kavanaugh fight, he was defending himself well. He did get rocked up on the cage a few times, but I think Loner Kavanaugh is just a really good prospect. I think that's more on Loner Kavanaugh being good than Jose Ochoa not being all that. And Cody Durden just hasn't impressed me recently. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of people there taking the Cody Durden dog side here and not. I mean, he has been win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. Like, he is due for a win if that's the logic we're going with, but I don't. This fight's just so weird. Why is Jose Ochoa getting a shot in the rankings after losing to a guy outside the rankings? Like, is Cody Durden ranked higher than Charles Johnson? Like, I think that's insane. Because Loner Kavanaugh, he's fighting Charles Johnson after beating Felipe Dos Santos as well. Why is Jose Ochoa getting a jump up higher after losing? Maybe Cody Durden's falling out of the rankings. Maybe I'm tripping. But I just think this fight's super weird. I'm going to pick Jose Ochoa. He's just a lot younger. He's going to be more athletic. I think he has the finishing upside if he wants to latch up a choke on Cody Durden when he's coming in. We've seen Cody Durden hurt. We've seen him clipped. Bruno Silva hit him. Josh Van beat the shit out of him. Super high volume. There's kind of like a path out there to beat Cody Durden, whereas like we haven't really seen anyone besides Loner Kavanaugh be able to beat Jose Ochoa, so the verdict's kind of still out. He's still super green. We don't really know. I don't think this is a fight I can bet on reasonably, but give me Jose Ochoa by submission for the pick. I think he can latch something up coming out of a scramble with Cody Durden. It's not easy to do. Cody Durden is a good wrestler, but we've seen Cody Durden subbed a couple times. I think it's very live to happen here. Give me Ochoa by submission. Go round 2. Yeah, I'm not going to waste your time breaking this fight down. Malcolm Wellmaker, first round knockout. This fight is not fair. People, Chris Moutinho, he took O'Malley to round. Dude, and then the next fight, he got finished by some dude who's like 41 in 2 minutes. He went back to his New England Cartel promotion. Calvin Kattar got this dude all the right matchups, got him super favorable fights. He won them all. Okay, sure. But, I mean, look at the records of those opponents. Don't overthink this. Chris Moutinho's tough. Does he have a spot in the UFC? I don't know. I don't necessarily think so, but Malcolm Wellmaker is definitely not going to be someone you want to fuck with. Malcolm Wellmaker, round 1 knockout, easiest pick on the card. You got 37 versus 40, couple unks going at it. And it's crazy that I'm actually picking Michael Chiesa with relative confidence in the big 25. I mean, like, what am I supposed to do with this? Court McGee, he cranked Tim Means' neck. What has Tim Means been up to recently? What's the Dirty Bird been doing? Besides Andre Fialho, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses surrounded by an Andre Fialho win. What's Fialho bet? We're playing MMA math right now. I don't care. Fialho's on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fight knockout loss streak. That's what Fialho's been up to. It's like, how can you pick Court McGee? You can't. Decision loss to Alex Morono. But you can't justify that. Matt Brown knocked you out. Sure, Matt Brown, big knockout guy. Jeremiah Wells knocked you out in a minute. I mean, you beat Ramiz Brahimaj. Ramiz is looking good, but I mean, this guy just has so many losses. Just so many losses. Michael Chiesa isn't good. I don't think Michael Chiesa's at a point in his career where I can say this guy has, like, ranked title aspirations, anything like that. I mean, he's working the desk. He was there last weekend. How much is this guy even training? I don't know. I think Michael Chiesa's probably going to shoot the first takedown. I think Court McGee's probably going to give up that takedown. Is Michael Chiesa's going to do what Michael Chiesa does? This guy's a rear naked choke merchant. He's going to take your back. He's going to sink the hooks in. He's going to wait patiently. He's going to hand fight. He's just going to sink the arm under. He's going to shoot the rear naked. If he doesn't get it, he's not going to give up the back. He's going to give up the choke, hold your position. Michael Chiesa plays a very, very safe game. It took a guy like Sean Brady with elite level grappling to kind of break Chiesa's game. And I mean, obviously, Kevin Holland just stuffed the takedown, darsed him, long-ass arms. Vicente Luque darsed him. Michael Chiesa's takedowns aren't good. I don't really see Court McGee as a guy latching up a darce on him. Michael Chiesa gets darsed because his takedown entries are bad. We think a Court McGee is going to turn back the clock 5 years, crank a darce, drop to the hip? I don't see it. I'm thinking Michael Chiesa inevitably gets the choke or go like a round 2 submission for Michael Chiesa, rear naked choke. I mean, Michael Chiesa is the side here. I think he's going to have better control on the ground. I don't see these guys banging it out. So yeah, give me Michael Chiesa round 2 submission, but a decision would not surprise me at all. I don't think Court McGee's ever been subbed, yeah. Michael Chiesa's not knocking anyone out. This guy has 0 career knockouts. The more I think of it, it probably goes long. Give me Michael Chiesa by decision. Yeah, Paul Craig and Rodolfo Bellato rebooked. If I'm Paul Craig, I'm not taking this fight. I'm not fighting a dude that had herpes on his mouth when my signature move is the triangle choke. Think about that. Your signature move is pulling a dude with herpes into your area down low. That's Paul Craig's bread and butter. I am not fighting a guy that has herpes on his mouth. What are we doing? I mean, Rodolfo Bellato is... There's no other way to classify Rodolfo Bellato than a victim on the feet. This guy is horrible. Vitor Petrino stuffed the takedown, knocked him out instantly. The only guy that's beaten him is Vitor Petrino because he just gets these favorable matchups. Ihor Potieria. Really? The guy on the Contender Series, I've never heard of this guy. I like to follow the MMA. I follow it a decent amount. When I see fighters that I have literally never heard of before, and then I go on his record and I'm like recognizing the people that he's fought, but I have no idea who this guy is. It's like I'm familiar with more people this guy's fought than I am with this guy, so I don't know how to rate that win. I'd have to go back and watch that. I don't care to go back and watch Rodolfo Bellato on the Contender Series for the second time after losing to Vitor Petrino the first time. We really picking Paul Craig in the Big 25? No, we're not. You can't. I don't care, Oh, I hear people talk about, I mean, he knows his back is against the wall. He's gotta turn it. Dude, you had the chance to turn it up against Bo Nickel. Bo Nickel made Paul Craig look like a bad striker, and we know Bo Nickel's a bad striker. We're not saying that because RDR knocked him out. That's not why we're saying that. We're saying that because Bo Nickel is objectively a bad striker. He was throwing overhands to the body against Paul Craig, and Paul Craig could not do anything about it. Oh my lord. Rodolfo Bellato is so bad on the feet. This guy is so hittable. This guy absorbs like 6.5 significant strikes per minute. That's got to be bottom of the UFC. There's got to be few fighters that are worse than that. Like you got Rafael Capoeira. He's probably up there. Rodolfo Bellato, and who? Who else gets hit that much? Like Jose Medina? That's the level of guy that I'm classing Rodolfo Bellato with. And he's sitting here at a minus 400 favorite. I'm considering parlaying him. This fight is horrible. I'm not going to bet on this fight. I'm not actually going to parlay Rodolfo fucking Gelato here. Whatever. He's got power. I'll pick him. Rodolfo Bellato by knockout. Probably we'll go second round again. I feel like we're picking a lot of second rounds here. We'll just go first round, whatever. Rodolfo Bellato, first round knockout. I think Paul Craig's just going to have happen to him what happened to Caio. But then the Caio fight was the second round. You know what? I'm going back. I don't care. We're picking all round 2s. Rodolfo Bellato, round 2 knockout. We have Alonzo Menefield taking on Omar Sy. Omar Sy seems to be like the people's lock this week. I'm seeing a lot of people throwing down on Omar Sy. And I don't know how you can justify the 5-1 I know Alonzo Menefield's garbage. I know. I'm not telling you he's not. I think Alonzo Menefield sucks. You see Pat Barry in his corner. He's like, oh yeah, just run at Carlos Ulberg, chin up in the sky, just blitz him. Blitz the counter striker, throw a big straight, big overhand, whatever it was. Just throw that right at the counter striker. It'll work out good for you, bro. What are we actually doing? Omar Sy, I mean, this guy, Tuco Tokos and Dawoon Jung on a 3-fight losing streak. I mean, Dawoon Jung finished in 2 of his last 3 fights, went up against Omar Sy, took it to decision. I just can't trust this guy. Alonzo Menefield, what is he going to do, stuff the takedowns? No, probably not. But maybe he has decent takedown defense. He's like a strong dude, athletic guy. But then you watch his last fight against Julius Walker, and he just looked incredibly unathletic. He looked horrible. That fight was abysmal to watch. There was one time I looked up at the screen, Alonzo Menifield's like upside down in the air because he missed a kick and he fell. Like, what? But at the same time, I know for a fact this dude has the power to crack Omar Sy. He made Dawoong Jung miss a lot, which is good. You like to see that. And he like quadrupled his strikes. Or tripled them. I don't know. He tripled or quadrupled his strikes. Like, it wasn't an ultra competitive fight. I think it was a 30-27 around the board. But Alonzo's kind of got that, like, that I'm horrible at fighting and I know I'm horrible, so I'm going to run at you and throw everything I got. He's got that mentality. Tell me why I can see that working. Tell me why I can see Alonzo Menifield fluking this dude. Because there's no world where Alonzo Menifield's the pick. But I'm getting this weird gut feeling that I don't think Omar Sy is going to be able to take down Menifield over and over and over again, like we know he likes to do. And then again, Omar Sy, he didn't take down Dawoong Jung that much. He took him like 2 of 7. Am I going to pick Alonzo Menifield? No, I don't think I got to go Omar Sy by decision. That's the realistic pick. But I'm telling you right now, I'm not putting $1 on this guy. I don't trust him. I don't think he's good. And I'm telling you right now, Alonzo Menifield has the chance to fluke this dude. I'm not going to pick that because I'm not picking fights based off of fluke. But there's something in the back of my head right now. I can see it. I can see Alonzo Menifield closing his eyes, wailing an overhand, and magically putting this guy out. Next fight, Mansour Abdul Malik taking on Cody Brundage. Now, in the year of 2025, we've seen so many undefeated prospects lose. Wouldn't it be just incredibly fitting if Cody Brundage found a way to knock out Mansour Abdul Malik? We saw this dude in serious trouble against the guy in Nick Klein. A guy that I was talking Nick Klein up going into that fight saying I respect his abilities, and I do respect his abilities, but I don't think he's that great of a mixed martial arts fighter. Wouldn't it be something if Cody Brundage just like randomly stuffed a takedown? And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that again. Mansour Abdul Malik, I was watching an interview he had with, I forget which channel it was. It was like Turtle something. And he was talking with the host, and he asked him, how did you feel losing your first round? Mansour was like, I loved it. He's like, I like the fact that I lost that round. I know I'm human. Like, he's like, I know I can be hurt. I'm summarizing. He didn't, like, I'm not quoting him or anything. But he's like, the point was he enjoyed losing because it made him realize he's not this superhuman guy who's able to go in there and knock everyone out in the first round. Like, you look at this guy's record, it's like round 1 knockout, round 2, round 1, round 1, round 1, round 1, round 1. Like, this guy has no cage time. And that was his biggest flaw. He got a little bit more cage time. He had to mount a miniature comeback. He wasn't, like, out of the fight, but he was hurt for sure. He mounted that comeback, and he knocked out Nick Klein. And I think he's just going to kind of melt Cody Brundage in the last fight. Cody Brundage gets a lot of shit for not having heart. In the last fight, Julian Marquez almost had him out. Almost had this dude unconscious. Julian Marquez. The same Julian Marquez who has not had a win in the last 4 years. Whose last win is Sam Alvey. You guys remember Sam Alvey in the UFC? I'm not talking about Karate Combat reinvented Sam Alvey. I'm talking about UFC Sam Alvey. That's Marquez's last win. 2021. Julian Marquez had Cody Brundage hurt. There was a little situation, someone's mouthpiece got knocked out, they had to stop the fight, put it back in. Cody Brundage realized he was fighting for something. He got his ass back in there and he knocked out Julian Marquez like he was supposed to. We had Cody Brundage as a dog. We had him by knockout at like plus 350 or something crazy like that. And yeah, we made that read. We also had Mansour Abdul Malik by knockout. That was one of our locks that week. The locks again, man. 34-1 is devastating for the last 35, but fuck Patchy Mix, we're on to the next. I think this card's going to be good. I think we're going to go 5 for 5 on the locks on this card. I got some good reads here. But yeah, give me Mansour Abdul Malik. I think he's just going to melt Cody Brundage with pressure. I don't think he even needs to take down Cody Brundage, but he can. He's going to be bigger. He's got a longer reach. I think he's just going to hurt Brundage early and just kind of wear on him. Whether it bleeds into the second round or not, I think Mansour Abdul Malik's just going to TKO him on the mat. Cody Brundage is going to shell up in that Anthony Smith position, and he's not going to get the back of the head shot like he did against Malkoun. Yeah, give me Mansour Abdul Malik, round 1 knockout. Next up, Cody Garbrandt, Cody No Love, taking on Raoni Barcelos. Guys, I'm not falling for it. Everything I said about Raoni Barcelos going into that Peyton Talbot fight stands. I'm standing on it. Raoni Barcelos is chinny. He can get cracked. Cody Garbrandt is going to knock him out. I'm standing strong. I don't care. I'm not falling into the narrative that Raoni Barcelos is reinvented. We've seen Peyton Talbot get Russell fucked by Nick Aguirre before. We knew it was a possibility. We thought he was working on it. He clearly wasn't. Cody Garbrandt has 80% takedown defense, and that's been battle tested. That's not some prospect takedown defense where the guy's got 5 fights, 2 under the UFC banner, and he stuffed like 4 takedowns out of 5. It's not like Cody Garbrandt has been stuffing takedowns for as long as takedowns have been around. Stuffed 4 of Figgy's takedowns. Dare I say Figgy's more physical than Ronnie Barcelos at this point in their careers. I know we just saw Figgy get his knee snapped because he doesn't understand 50-50 position. Ronnie Barcelos, I understand his wrestling accolades. I don't doubt that he can take down Cody Garbrandt. I don't doubt that he will. Is he going to TKO Cody Garbrandt? No. I'm standing at... Tyler Phillips dropped him. Umar knocked him out. Ronnie Barcelos is chinny. Peyton Talbot, the few shots he landed, they did look like they hurt. Every time Peyton Talbot landed, we were freaking out because we thought he was going to knock out Ronnie Barcelos. Everyone knows he's chinny, but no one's talking about it anymore. They think he survived Talbot, so he's going to survive Garbrandt. Garbrandt's going to stuff the takedowns and beat him up. Now, Garbrandt does have the chin concerns. He was outstriking Figgy on the feet in the first round. He won the first round over Figgy on the feet. Cody Garbrandt is not out of his element in the striking. This guy is a good striker. He can win this fight by decision or knockout. He's going to stuff the takedowns and beat the shit out of Ronnie Barcelos. Give me Cody Garbrandt. I'm actually relatively confident in this. Next up, Edmen Shahbazyan and Andre Petrovsky. Everyone knows Edmen Shahbazyan's game. This guy's either going to knock you out or you're going to take him down and destroy him on the mat. There's no secrets. You want to look at every single one of his losses. It's the same exact story. He beats him up in the first round. He slows down. They take him down. They beat him up. You got GM3, Imavov, Anthony Hernandez, Derek Brunson. And Jack Hermanson didn't get the finish, but every single fight's the same exact story. This guy has no ground game, no ability to get up. He has all power on the feet. Knocked out Brad Tavares before anyone else was doing that. Izzy had just went like 5 rounds with Brad Tavares right before that. Couldn't finish him. Edmen Shahbazyan comes in, knocks him out. The guy's got power. Petrovsky, we do have chin questions. But do we? Guys, Edmen Shahbazyan's takedown defense is garbage. That's why I think I picked Edmen Shahbazyan by knockout. I remember having a bet on that. But I'm telling you guys, if Dylan Budka, one of the worst UFC signings we've seen, if Dylan Budka comes in and he wrestles off the rip, he can absolutely, certainly win the fight. He didn't. He wanted to strike with Edmen Shahbazyan. You're Dylan Budka, bro. Chill. You're not GM3. You don't have a good chin for some odd reason. Can Andre Petrovsky do this? I think he can. We had Andre Petrovsky as like a 2-1 dog in his last fight against Rodolfo Vieira. I thought that was a pretty easy fight to predict. It actually didn't go the way that I thought it would. I thought that Petrovsky would be taking down Vieira and then surviving on top. I did say that Petrovsky was the better striker. But then again, we have to emphasize, like, Vieira does throw crazy overhands. If he hits Petrovsky once, he could go down. I don't know. This is literally a coin toss. Is Petrovsky going to get knocked out in the first, or is he going to win the fight late? I think you could play both sides. You could go Edmen Shahbazyan, parlay it with the under 1.5. Andre Petrovsky, parlay it with the over 1.5. I think the under 1.5 is plus money, dare I say. You can get a great price on Shahbazyan. It equals out. It's like plus money for the under, but Edmen Shahbazyan's the favorite. It doesn't make any sense. I think that's the way you play it. Edmen Shahbazyan under 1.5, Andre Petrovsky over 1.5. Both bets should be plus money. Edmen Shahbazyan doesn't have decision equity to see if any decision wins. Edmen Shahbazyan has no decision equity. Petrovsky either gets knocked out or he wins the decision. That's the way I see it. I don't think he's going to TKO Edmen on the ground. He does have a good ground game, but he's just not a fight finisher recently. I mean, in the UFC, we saw him. He got Nick Maximov. He's a good wrestler, though. He was coming in. He got him with the Anaconda. And the Zong something, like who? That guy, way back, had like 2 fights in the UFC? 3 fights in the UFC? Yeah, 3 fights in the UFC. Got cut. Don't know why he was signed. He literally did not deserve to be in the UFC at all. So I think it's Petrovsky decision, Shahbazyan knockout. You could probably play the double chance bet on like FanDuel, Bovada, all those sites. I'm going to do that. I think that's the way to do it. Like, it's easy for me. For the official, I mean, give me, I don't know. Just give me Andre Petrovsky by decision. That's going to be my pick. I'm going with the dog here. I think I rate Petrovsky's wrestling higher than I rate Edmen Shahbazyan's striking. The guy's got all power. It's not the greatest technique. Dylan Budka came in, didn't want to wrestle. Once GM3 took this dude down pretty easily. Petrovsky's a way better grappler than GM3 in terms of like MMA wrestling wise. Maybe that'd be an interesting fight to see GM3 and Petrovsky down on the mats. I don't know. Have we ever seen that? No, but I mean, Andre Petrovsky's going against guys like Pat Downey. Pat Downey is massive. That guy's like 200-something pounds. like a phenomenal grappler. So I'm not going to look into that. Give me Petrosky by decision here. Rose Namajunas takes on Miranda Maverick. I'm seeing a lot of people are trying to fade Rose right now, and I don't know. I get it. People say Rose is like too emotional, head's not in the game, whatever. I don't think it matters. Skill for skill, Rose Namajunas is levels, worlds, millions of miles better than Miranda Maverick. Pretty much everywhere, dare I say. Like, Rose has offensive wrestling, has takedowns. Her get-up game against Blanchfield looked bad in rounds 4 and 5, where Blanchfield is the best and Rose is not the best. We've seen that time and time again. Blanchfield is the female Marab. Rose took down Blanchfield first. Rose engaged in the grappling. That was a boneheaded decision. She still took down Blanchfield. Maybe Blanchfield wanted to be there. It is what it is, whatever. She conceded 2 takedowns in a 5-round fight to Erin Blanchfield. That's the point I'm trying to make. People are saying Miranda Maverick's going to get 3 takedowns, 4 takedowns, 5 takedowns. Like, what? The fact of the matter is, Rose stuffed 6 of Blanchfield's takedowns. I know Blanchfield's takedown entries aren't the best. That's kind of been her problem all along. Same with Marab. His takedown entries aren't the best, but he just finds a way to get you down eventually. I mean, like, with all due respect to these fighters, I don't rate the takedown defense of Andrea Lee, Jamie Lynn Horth, Diani Barbosa. Diani Barbosa is a decent one. That's a decent performance there. Diani Barbosa is someone that maybe has potential. If she gets everything together, she's coming off a good win. But, I mean, it's like, we saw the levels. Erin Blanchfield took down Miranda Maverick 7 times to Miranda Maverick 0 takedowns. Miranda Maverick couldn't even take down Macy Barber more than once. And I've been saying all along, I think Macy Barber's garbage. I mean, Miranda Maverick will always get out-rustled by better rustlers. She's going to get outstruck by better strikers. If you have the takedown defense and the striking, you can keep the fight where you want it to go. I think Rose could take down Miranda Maverick. People are like, oh, she's so small. She's taller than Miranda Maverick, has the same reach, maybe a little bit less physical. Does that matter? Miranda Maverick has like some of the worst wins in the UFC. I see her wins and I'm not impressed at all. Like I just said, the Witch, Diani Barbosa, that's a decent win. But it seems like every time she takes a level up, she loses. This is probably the worst fighter Rose has fought in like a while, man. I'm trying to think off the top of my head here who would fit the bill for that. Maybe Tracy Cortez. Is this fight going to look like the Tracy Cortez fight? Tracy has decent grappling. She's more of a counter grappler. She's going to stuff the takedowns, kind of beat you up with her sloppy boxing. She wasn't able to really get it going. Amanda Ribas at 125. She's not very good at 125. I guess she did take Rose down a couple times. Rose kind of kept the range and beat her up from distance. Manon Varro, an ultra-close decision. Rose broke her hand in the first round, I believe, or broke her pinky or something. She couldn't really punch with it too much. She still had a competitive fight with someone who just challenged for the belt. Then, I mean, we're back to the Carla Esparza rematch where nothing happened. This is a tough pick. I think everything in me is saying I have to go Rose here. It's tough because you want to say that Rose got dominated in the grappling, but that's by someone like Blanchfield. Someone who is miles ahead of Miranda Maverick, like we just were talking about before. Miranda Maverick, she just hasn't beat that one person that makes me think she's going to do that to Rose. Wins over Andrea Lee, Priscilla Cacuera, Shana Young, however you want to say that. And then it's like, she beat Jillian Robertson, but that was Jillian Robertson at 125. Jillian Robertson had a losing record at 125, dropped to 115. Now she's on a tear. You can't really look at the Jillian Robertson 125, similar to how you can't really look at the Rose win over Ribas at 125. Those are two fighters that were just way too small. But then again, Rose is a former striker. Like, you see what I'm doing here? You're just going back and forth over and over again. I think the pick has to be Rose. It's got to be Rose by decision. Maybe you're targeting the Miranda Maverick plus 3.5 points. You think she gets her down for one round, wins the round, doesn't get finished? That's a decent look sitting at pick'em odds right now. I mean, that line will probably steam up to not be pick'em odds. If you check out the link down below in the winnable, you'll see what we're doing with that. Totally free again. Every bet is going to be free for the summer. And I mean, yeah, give me Rose by decision. I feel like in the back of my head, I'm very confident in that, but saying that out loud just feels weird. Like picking Rose to really dominate a fight. I think Rose might get taken down once or twice. Whether she cares enough to get back up or not is really going to be the deciding factor. Kamaru Usman coming back to 170 for the first time in over 2.5 years. Not 2.5. Over 2 years, pushing 2.5 years. And Joaquin Buckley on an absolute tear right now. I believe he's undefeated in the welterweight division as of so far. And you guys watched the breakdown for the Covington video. I was a Buckley hater. I'm not gonna lie. I was telling you guys that Colby can take down Buckley, and I said Colby will take down Buckley. Guess what? I wasn't wrong. I was looking back at through Buckley's wrestling. He doesn't fare too well when the grapplers are getting on top of him. I mean, you're looking at guys like Nasruddin Imavov, just a big dude. The fight with Abdul Razak Al Hassan, where Abdul is just wailing on him on the ground at the end of the third because Buckley's so gassed. Is he going to stuff the takedowns of Kamaru Usman? You have to think he is. He's just going to be way, way more athletic. Usman was like the athlete in his prime. He was just the physical specimen. Colby couldn't do shit to him. Nobody was taking down Kamaru Usman until Leon Edwards surprised him with a trip. I mean, I think Buckley's just going to be explosive. I think he's just going to tag Usman, run around the cage over and over and over, just beating him up from the outside. Buckley, he's got that bounce. And that bounce is good for blitzing in on guys that are standing still. We saw that blitz didn't work too well against Stephen Thompson. He's down 2 rounds into the third. Yeah, you can say the blitz is what helped him close the distance, got the finish. He's still getting outstruck. We're looking at Buckley. I mean, I think that Buckley's demise is going to be the strikers. I think I'd pick just about every striker at the top of this division to beat Buckley just because I don't trust Buckley's chin. Do I think Usman's still got that nasty jab that he's dropping Gilbert Burns with? No. I think Gilbert Burns has been a victim of the jab his entire career. That's why I picked JDM with extreme confidence to knock out Gilbert Burns. I thought it was going to be the jab. JDM just had an off night with the takedown defense, broke his arm, couldn't stuff the takedowns. Is what it is. He still got it. He still cashed the slip, thank God. I think I'd pick JDM to beat Buckley by knockout. Am I crazy for saying that Ian Gary probably 50-45s Buckley, if not chins him? I mean, Ian Gary, his range management is so good. I can't help but feel like he's just going to pick a guy like Buckley apart who's maybe a little bit small for the division. But a guy like Usman who's going to be slow. Everyone's talking about his knees. I still haven't seen anything that's official about Usman's knees. I've never seen a doctor's report saying this guy's knees are fucked. Everyone's quoting Chael Sonnen. Oh, Kamaru Usman can't even walk on the pavement. Yeah, and then you load up Instagram and you see videos of him in the wrestling room doing knee drags, and really, are his knees that bad? I don't know. I don't care if his knees are that bad. In the Hamzat fight, he looked human. He looked slow. Yes, he was at 185. Yes, he was short notice. I don't care. I can't pick Kamaru Usman at this age with how he looked in the Leon fight. A lot of people are giving Leon so much credit for that fight. I think that fight's equally on Usman looking bad. Leon lost a point and still won a decision over him. That was just a horrible look. Usman didn't look good at all. I can't pick a guy like Kamaru Usman right now. The line on Buckley is crazy. If you guys were part of the winnable, we got the line on Buckley. I gave you guys Buckley at -115. This fight opened as a pick'em. I gave you guys 5 units on Joaquin Buckley money line at -115. We got that locked in. He's -300 now. The value's secured whether it wins or loses. It's the right bet. I think Buckley has a chance to knock out Usman. I really do. I think he's just going to be so much faster. His ability to close range is insane. And if Usman gets in on him, I think Buckley is just as physical as Usman. I think he's going to dig those underhooks. He's just going to throw Usman. He's going to get taken down probably once or twice. I don't think Usman can reliably take him down and hold him down. You can't hold down a guy like Buckley. The only chance he has is that Buckley gets really tired in rounds 4 and 5, and maybe Usman can win the 5th round. Maybe. But I really do think Buckley's going to be just throwing those knee stomps. Regardless, I'm not even talking about the fact that Usman has bad knees. Leon used them, and they were very, very effective in that trilogy. Buckley's probably watching the trilogy, seeing the best performance of Leon's career was founded upon by the leg kick. You want to let's break down the stats for that fight. How many leg kicks did Leon land? I'm doing my math right. Leon landed 50 leg kicks. 50 knee taps, knee stomps, leg kicks, inside, outside, everything. Foot stomps even count. I think Buckley has a clear path to victory here. I don't think the path could be more clear. Stay at your range, dart in, lead with a knee stomp. You can push off of his knee again to clear the space. It's not like Khalil where you have to step in to get him leaning back and then stomp his knee downwards. It can just be used to keep your range. Usman can't close the gap on you to take you down if you're stomping his knees. I'm not even playing into that narrative. I just think that's a good strategy for Buckley to beat a wrestler who's a little bit slower. I don't think Usman's skills are gone. I don't think Usman's washed. I don't think he's garbage. I just think he's a little bit slower, and Buckley is one of the most athletic guys in this division. His explosivity, if that's even a word, his explosivity is nearly next to none. I mean, this guy is an athlete. And I think he's got the power, he's got the pop, he's got the speed. He can really hurt Kamaru Usman. I'm going to call Buckley by knockout. I'm calling Buckley by round 4 TKO. Usman's going to shoot in on a takedown. Buckley's going to sprawl it. Buckley's going to kind of circle around. He's going to come back. I'm going to call some crazy. I'm calling Buckley's going to land a knee to the body on the ground while Usman is still like sprawled out. Because Buckley just sprawled the takedown. He circles to the side. He's going to land a knee to the side. Usman's going to stand up on the cage, and Buckley's just going to tee off on him with some wild hooks. And I think it's just going to be a TKO. The ref's going to step in. I can't see Usman going out cold again. That's not going to happen, in my opinion. But I do think Buckley's live. I don't necessarily trust Buckley's cardio. I'm not ready to do that. He's never been into those champion rounds. But he's had 2 camps in a row for Colby and Usman, both guys with insane cardio. You've got to think that he's been working on it. He's got to be prepared for those 4th and 5th rounds. And I think the time is now. Wasn't the Ian Gary fight even supposed to be a 5-rounder? I think his fight with Ian Gary was supposed to be a 5-rounder, so he's been training for a 5-round fight. I can't doubt the cardio. I can't doubt Buckley. I can't doubt the momentum. Give me Joaquin Buckley, round 4 TKO over Kamaru Usman. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like. Let me know your locks in the comments. Let me know your best bets. Let me know any criticisms you have the way I broke this down. Whatever you got, let me know. Top link in the description is going to bring you to the Discord. We're talking about fights. We're talking about baseball. We're talking about basketball, hockey. Basketball and hockey are coming to an end. We do have MLB going all summer. We have MMA. You're going to see later this week I'm breaking down regional cards. I have bets on Oktagon. I'm going to have bets on the PFL. I was bored this morning. I watched probably 6 to 7 hours of fight tape. I'm doing Oktagon tape. I have to learn what some of these guys' entire games are. I can tell you, I think some dogs are barking this week in the regional MMA. We got 5 regional events. There's LFA, KSW, like I just said, the PFL. We have Oktagon. There's everything. There's even that one Arab promotion. I can't remember it off the top of my head for some reason. UAE Warriors. There's UAE Warriors as well. I'm not going to break that one down. I can't dive that deep into a whole bunch of fighters for I think that card is Wednesday or Thursday. So, but yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, click that winnable, get in on the free plan. It literally doesn't hurt. You get emails and texts. You can turn off either one if you don't want them. You could just see it. They also come into the Discord if you're on the winnable. You're on the winnable, you connect your Discord. There is a channel in the Discord where the bets just flow into naturally, so you don't even have to have the notifications if you just want the Discord. And make sure you guys get all the bets. We're coming off a bad week. Every time we get a bad week, we've always bounced back. We've had 3 losing weeks in the entire year of the UFC. And I don't think we're going to lose 2 weeks in a row, guys. Let's keep her going. 5 units on Buckley. Let's get it done. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.